Hello Factorio people, welcome back to the broadcast from Space Age XL, where we're building a mega base. We're building big so that we can build a mega base easily, hopefully. Hope you're all doing alright. Today we're going to try and get Nauvis a bit more scaled up with some of the goodies we've gotten from the other planets. So if you want to do the old like, comment, subscribe for me, that would be great. The mouth breathing is still... my nose is still very blocked, so apologies for that. But other than that, let's jump straight into it, shall we? So you may remember last time we put a lot of effort into make sure Gleba was good and scalable and big. And it's working. As far as I can tell, at the very least, it is working. We got biolabs automated as well, so that we can bring some of that good stuff back. We got our grid sections here, as always in the blueprint book. Grid sections. I tidied up the diagonals, added corner wall and stuff, just so that we could defend this slightly better. It was a bit haphazard before. But we've got this in the same corner wall system. We just don't have the dragon's teeth, obviously, for the stompers. Not really very relevant. Right. So this is all well and good, except that back on Nauvis, we aren't making enough of the basic science packs to keep up with this. These are still set to a mere 95 per minute. That's not very good, is it? That's not very XL. These do have prod module 3s in now at least, but that's fine. So let's think about scaling up. Sorry, you'll have to ignore this fluid alert thing from our fluid monitoring system. If we're not using any plastic, then we don't get any heavy oil. I thought about maybe adding a recycler at the end just for plastic, just to... But honestly, heavy oil is the one that matters the least in this system. So just ignore this. This is not relevant. Alright, let's build. Let's start building. Alright, I've cleared this. I've gotten rid of the red and the green science. I've moved the cargo landing pad down, which is one of the things I said I should have done straight away. Just to give myself a bit more room up here, right? So that I could, in theory, also move all the labs down. I've put a balancer in here, and I've cheated somewhat by filling the bits that are never ever going to move with stone. If you don't do this, then you will just have science packs sat here forever, which is not the worst thing in the world, of course not, but I just thought I would go like super anal about it. This balancer still functions like this. These are always going to be blocked. And then I just put these here just to trim the extra stone that I may have accidentally... Because I just manually put the stone right like here, like this. But eventually it overflows. Anyway. So I've cleared this space. We'll use this space to expand military science. And we've put the red and the green science over here. In a vaguely upscalable way. So that if we ever want more red science, we can just extend this and then move the gear. So this is just gears and copper, as we all know. This is currently 319 a minute. This one is 332 a minute. The blue science should, in theory, just need extending. It's the purple science that's going to be the pain. Of course it is, as we all know. We want to focus on red, green, blue and purple so that we can just sort of farm levels of mining productivity and steel plate productivity. These two are both very good. They're very easy to get sorted. And then if we have red, green, blue and purple, we can also just supplement that with the agricultural science packs we're making on Gleba to do rocket fuel and plastic. And yeah, that should be fine. Explosives is pretty irrelevant now until we start clearing space with Spidertrons, but you know, we got our artillery coverage for now, but that will change momentarily. Yeah, okay, cool. So this is fine. Not had to bolster anything else yet for the red and the green. We're already making more than enough iron and copper and green circuits for that, so that's not a problem. Yeah, I just expanded blue science here. Just put the beacons in, some prod module 3s, and got it up to also about... This is 399. This is a bit much, but I wanted it to be in distinct modules, right? I could probably quite easily get rid of these, and it would be fine. Yeah, 332, 332, 319.2. Can I get this to 332? No. Engine units, 285 engine units a minute. Yes, so I've had to add more engine units here to the end, but then that means that this is not keeping up, but this is obviously easily fixed with a couple of speed modules. I wish this would... I should have told this to stay open. Yeah, there we go. So we're missing half of a assembler of iron gear wheels, so like literally that is fine. Plus 50% speed. And then 3 assemblers worth of pipes. So 1, 2, 3. That should be fine. Perfect. There we go. Alright. So then I was going to do purple science. And then purple science, obviously, as we all know, it's a real pain, right? We need rails, we need steel, we need productivity modules, and that's fine. We've got the stuff to do this, especially because we can make these in EM plants from Fulgora. But this is the situation where I realise, like, this isn't... I'm not going very XL, am I? This is supposed to be XL. And all I'm doing is I'm just upscaling in the really basic way that we were upscaling before. So I thought I'd take this opportunity to, you know, do some actual XL things, expand the grid, and so on. So let's have a quick look. We've got all of this bot infrastructure, we may as well bloody use it, right? And now that we're clearing the space with the artillery as well, that gives us a lot of time and space to expand. So I'm tearing down the entire east side laser wall. I've already torn down the entire north side laser wall. And I'm going to expand the grid network up here. Mostly because I want this iron and this iron, just for future proofing. We'll think about expanding south later, because this iron is also very juicy. My grid section, I do like it. I do like it, don't get me wrong. I think it's pretty good. But maybe it's too many roboports. Like, maybe it's too many roboports. Like, these are not cheap. 45 advanced circuits is not cheap. It will be cheap one day. It'll feel very cheap one day once we've got quality and stuff going on, but it's still definitely, you know. We can speed this up by doubling the requester thing, and possibly, like, we could also put some speed modules in this. That would definitely help. But we'll keep the robots busy for a bit. The other thing that we'll probably want to do is destroy this stupid electric furnace system for making steel, because the purple science is going to put a large drain on steel, because it requires rails which need a lot of steel, electric furnaces which need a lot of steel. So we should also spend the time doing that. What's your problem? Oh, and then bloody biter eggs keep being a problem. because I was just manually doing the biter eggs whenever I wanted some prod module 3s. So these are ploughing their way through, of course. I've added an extra set of prod module 2 production just to make sure that this can keep up. And obviously we need a better system for biter eggs. Okay, let's let the robots do their magic for a bit, shall we? Alright, now we're talking. Now we're talking. Secure this iron, this copper, this oil. This coal is quite nice, you know? We've got the space. We may as well use it. Don't ask me why I did this. Like, my corner wall blueprint works, but only for like 90-degree angles. And the inner wall works. The inner wall does like go next to it. It does tile next to it, but not like in a perfectly straight line, which is fine. Again, this should really only be used for 90-degree turns, so why I did it like this and not just simply like this is a mystery to me. But, you know, your boy's not the smartest tool in the shed, as we've established. Anyway. Yes, the robots are spending a lot of time and effort doing this. Where am I? All the way down here. Which is causing a drain on red circuits, but that's easily fixed by, we can just expand these builds. And yeah, we want to get the steel sorted, because although this is fine, we want to be moving steel a little bit faster than this as well, so we can get some green belts done to bring the steel through the bus a little bit faster. It occurs to me that the pollution value of the heating tower is actually quite high. But I don't think it matters. 96. Which chunk is it actually in? Yeah. I think there's some, like, if it was actively burning things all of the time, it would be up to 100 per minute, 100 pollution per minute, 100 nebulous pollution units. But because I'm just using it for disposal every now and then, it is not that relevant. A recycler would of course be much better, but yeah, no, I realise that maybe having a heating tower is sort of antithetical to the whole pollution scrubbing aspect of what these trees are supposed to be doing, but also it's so irrelevant. If we just expand the space beyond our pollution cloud, we won't need the trees. The trees are just sort of a little experiment, and they won't last forever, but I just cannot be bothered to demolish them now. They work, it's okay. It looks cool. It does look very cool. I'm very happy with it. Okay. Alright, let's let the robots do their magic while we get some more stuff done. Alright, the grid is up. We're just waiting on loads of roboports. But that's fine. I've torn down the steel and I've introduced this. This is just exactly the same design as the iron one, with a few. The only change is that this has a speed module in to make the ratio correct. Without the speed modules in these furnaces, there would not be enough molten iron, and then yeah, so I brought in some green belts from Vulcanus and just upgraded the entire line of steel to be turbo transport belts and also stack inserters. So yeah, we are suddenly making a lot more steel than we were before, which is good, because we'll need that for the purple science. And for other things, of course. I've also very crudely automated biter eggs. Very, very crudely. Because I want some biter eggs. Biter eggs are very useful. Prod module 3s. Making captive biter spawners, which we can't do until we get to Aquilo, but it's fine. Overgrowth soil, which we'll be looking at shortly. And biolabs, of course. It's very crude. It's very crude. So currently on Gleba we just have one inserter here that uses the old only insert into the chest when there is a request system, which works very, very well. So whenever you're hovering around Gleba and you don't have enough bioflux, then we start shipping the bioflux. Rather than just leaving 1,000 bioflux in a chest to spoil. Not that it really makes a huge difference with the bioflux for this purpose, because the spoilage of the bioflux does not affect the spoilage of the egg. It's one of the few recipes where it doesn't make any difference. And this is currently close enough to these lasers to just be fine if there's a disaster. Eggs in the biter nest don't ever hatch, so as long as you don't take them out of the nest until you actually need them, then you're also good like that. It's very crude, don't worry, it won't last very long. I'll fix it in a minute. But now we can actually maybe think about doing purple science. Now that we've got some cool stuff. Yes, look how much bigger the base is now. It wasn't too laborious, really. It's just the roboports. And now it's, you remember this? Long-time viewers will remember the auto mall for the intermediates. If you've not got 2,000 gear wheels or 1,000 sticks or 500 copper cables, it just makes the intermediate that you're missing. It's quite good. It's working very well. Look at that. I'm very happy with how this set turned out. Be nice to make an entire mall like this. Or at least like sections of malls, right? Like maybe you could do this for things that are roughly the same and share the same ingredients. So like you could do this for your logistics chests. Just make the logistics chest that you actually need rather than devoting 5 assemblers for this. Because the requested chest is always going to be the same. Just set the recipe to the chest that you need. What else would work for that? Inserters, I guess? Kind of. No, inserters would work for that. Because they're all reliant on each other is the thing, right? So if you need blue inserters, you would then also need to work out that you need yellow inserters. So you need to do some like priority thing, because the way these work, I believe the way it works is if it's getting 2 separate signals. So if it's saying you need both gear wheels and walls at the same time, we can test this quite easily. So 5,000 walls, but also 5,000 gear wheels. It's the lowest item ID as defined by this. Or is it highest item ID? Just down here. Item ID 162, I missed with my drawing thing. Whereas this is item ID 163, this is item ID 164, this is 298. So if gear wheels were fine, 31. So if we suddenly make pipes need a lot more pipes, then... Oh yeah, that's right, I forgot to actually do the pipes thing, so I've got 24,000 pipes. Yeah, so as soon as we need more pipes, because pipes has the lowest item ID, that has the highest priority when that signal is received by the automall. So inserters, but regular inserters are 22, these are 23, 24, 25. So it would actually work by itself. Because if you didn't have any green or yellow inserters, it would make yellows first because they have item ID 22, 23, 24, 25. You could, and 26 and 21. Yeah, of course, it's just the order that they're in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why is this 5 and not 11? This should be 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Maybe not. Maybe not. No, that's wrong. You could still definitely do this manually with combinators, because then you would just send a signal of 1 for the highest priority thing. The first valid recipe signal or the first valid item signal. Whereas because all of these are being output with 1, I guess. So if we change this to be priority of 2... No? Oh, I guess it's got to be a higher number than this, right? 162. Nope, that doesn't work. Alright, I'm not quite sure off the top of my head how you would do it, although I'm pretty sure you could do it. Anyway, that was a little aside. Alright, let's do purple science, shall we? This is a pretty good way to do purple science. If it's seeming a little bit too complicated, which it is, then do productivity modules and furnaces next to the purple science, and then just dedicate that exact same amount of space again for the rails. This overproduces rails. Like, this is not enough sticks for this many rails, but this many rails is way too many rails. But at least then you're sort of, you know, you're dedicating the same amount of space to everything. Your power poles can line up, your modules and beacons can line up and stuff. Which makes this scalable, right? So if you want to add more, you just add another section to the end and so on. And you can't productivity module anything in here, so you could just add speed modules to speed it up. So like, this is too many. This is way too many of these. It's not too many productivity modules, but again, that's fine. Really, we wanted just easy scalability, right? So because each one of these sections is 100 a minute. It's now quite easy for us to just go, oh, we need more purple. Let's make more purple, let's make more purple, let's make more purple. And if I have to expand a grid section, if I have to delete this brick and have a double wide grid section for things, then I will do that. Don't think I won't do that. The artillery, I've changed the artillery design to be a little bit bigger just so that I can find it on the map, right? Because I realised I had a huge issue when it came to demolishing the wall and re-establishing the defences. I had a really hard time finding the artillery turrets that I'd put down in the existing grid because I'd nested them by the pylons so that the inserter would work without an extra power pole. And the targeting thing does show you roughly where they are, but the bit in the middle that is not targeted does not show up very well. So this design is primarily just so that it stands out on the map a bit more obviously, and it will be faster as well. Oh dearie me. And then it will run out of ammo, it will give the biters time to retaliate in manageable numbers. And then another 20 shells will all turn up at roughly the same time. I need vastly more levels of worker robot speed, don't I? This is embarrassing. Oh, maybe I should install a train thing around the edge. What? Oh no, eggs are hatching. Oh god. I'll put a tag on for this as well, because I could never find it when I needed it. It's fine. It's fine. It's not fine. It needs to be a lot better than this. Okay. So now that we have the basic sciences done at full speed, let's turn on something like mining productivity and see exactly how this is going. $360. Yes. Good. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Oh, is that your lot? 600. That sounds about right. What was this? Thanks, autosave. 342. 332. Right, well, this full. The belts are full, so it should really be going faster than that. It's probably taking some time for the science packs to go around the 600. Yeah, it's climbing, climbing. It should be about 660, right? Because these, well, it should be more than that. Because these are still only consuming 247 science packs a minute, but they have 40% productivity and then 50% science pack drain. So 247 times 40% times 2 is 24, 48, 96, 330 times 2, 660. Yeah, that's what I said. And then we'll just add some more to the end as well, just to. I mean, we're overscaled. We're overscaled, but that's where you want to be. That's the position you want to be in. I could maybe redesign this to put more beacons in, like squeeze some beacons in here. It'd be very expensive in terms of undergrounds, but I'm not sure this needs to be green belts, really. I could make this blue belts. The only reason I made it green belts is just to, you know, you want the agricultural science to go around as quickly as possible. Alright, cool, very cool, very, very hip and cool. Steel is, of course, completely fine. Yeah, nice. Right. How's Gleber doing, huh? How's Gleber doing? Gleber is good. Good and fine. Except it's Yamako mash. Because this isn't enough stuff. It's never enough. It's never enough stuff. Why is it never enough stuff? And the spore cloud is huge. Alright, I can't remember what's next. Sorry, I'll just skip forward in time. It's military science, of course. It's military science. There we go. I hope you like belts, spaghetti. God knows why I've designed it like this. I just sort of set myself the challenge to design every single one of these in this sort of assembler module configuration, you know, with one beacon in the middle, doing 8 assembly machines, you know, like each one of these is designed like that. It's nice. Kind of. Mostly. Grenades are your biggest bottleneck with this, but again, if you just treat it the same way as you did the rails on the purple science, just make the walls and the ammo here. Walls are overscaled by half an assembly machine, but that's okay. You could just expand this way, expand the grenades this way if you need more. It seems to be okay. 658 science per minute is what we've leveled out to. Did I change this number? 250. I don't think I did. Don't think I did. Okay. Alright, that's military science done. So, I ummed and ahed about what to do here, whether it was time to go to Aquilo. And the only reason I'd really want to go to Aquilo right now is captive biter spawners. I want these because I want eggs. And then I thought, and the reason I want eggs is because I want to do overgrowth soil here easily. Because Gleba is going to be the bottleneck in terms of science. Because even though it's built and it works, it's not keeping up with what we've actually built the infrastructure for, because we're not making enough anything. We're not making enough fruit, you know? Like, this fruit belt is way more empty than I'd like it to be. This one's fine. But obviously this is just this. This is pathetic. Like, the only space we've found for this currently, that's barely half utilised. That's barely half utilised. This roboport is on yellow. It's actually blocking this one. This one's good. But then I thought, I'm not going to Aquilo and doing all of Aquilo just for that. We can do better than that. Surely we can do better than that. I have cleared out a lot of the biters. But this nest here, these are all quite close together. They're quite close to the existing base. I could do something with this, right? I could actually automate biter eggs slightly more sensibly here, could I not? That might be a nice little side project. Yes, it's me. I will see you in The Hague for war crimes. I did laser turret creep to get here. Just told the lasers to shoot everything that's not a nest. And I will bring some capture bot rockets. And I won't capture all of these. I'm gonna just capture some strategically. So like these ones can go, right? These ones don't. You're in the way. This one can probably go, right? These four are in a nice little pattern. Basically, obviously I need room to insert bioflux and export eggs. So I'm just gonna choose the best nests for that. And yeah, I mean, I guess I should expand the grid section up this far as well. Why don't they make eggs this fast when I've captured them? You know? When I capture them, well, I guess maybe they do make eggs this fast. Actually, they probably do. Alright, that was rude of me. Sorry, biters. God. Yes, XL, expand the grid again. Why not? Why not expand the grid again? Why not come all the way up here so that this is within my logistics network? Okay. So. I have brought with me some capture bot rockets, but I've put a rocket turret here that is within range of all of them that can request more capture bot rockets and insert one at a time into the rocket turret, just so that this isn't full of rocket turret. There it goes. So as this finds a biter nest that needs capturing, so should the worst happen and we like lose bioflux for a minute, then this rocket turret will be here just to, you know, sort things out for us automatically, which is quite nice. And then we will just bring in bioflux, export the eggs. I'm going to put a rocket silo here as well. I'm going to launch the eggs directly from here because it's so far away. We just need to launch the eggs directly from here to a shuttle. At one point I thought I would use the Gleben shuttle, but actually it's probably best to just do its own shuttle. We don't want this having too many failure points, right? If this is waiting for agricultural science and bioflux and eggs, we don't want the eggs to hatch on the platform, but we want the agricultural science to be fresh, so we don't want to be like halfway through supplying agricultural science and then the ship going, I've got 1,000 bio eggs on me, I need to go back to Gleba before the worst happens. So we should also just basically copy and paste this Gleba ship. Even though we know that this design is the same across all the shuttles, we know this design is very good and it works. Will you stop complaining? Oh, the power ran out here, and as such, this has completely broken. Alright, fine, whatever. Cross that bridge when we come to it, which is now. We'll just have another shuttle that goes just for eggs. Just for eggs. Okay, I can do that. Okay, we're ready to go. We're ready to go. The Mitre egg shipping shuttle is taking its first 1,000 eggs to Gleba. Is it? It's not its first. No, it is its first. It is its first. No, it's not. No, I've already tested it. Sorry, I'm sandbagging you here. The Mitre egg shipping ship is taking eggs to Gleba very slowly currently. We're not quite like stabilized on asteroids and fuel and stuff, but it is what it is. And we have automated overgrowth soil. Spoilage. I was bringing spoilage, excess spoilage in to be burned at one point, and then now I am asking for any spoilage that makes its way into the system to come here to be turned into, to help be turned into carbon for the carbon fibre. But for some reason, this is a red belt. This should be side loading. I don't know why it's not working. I think it's because it's not running at speed. I think this only works if this is continually running, which obviously it's not. So like here it's fine, right? Because it's using the belt at 60 items a second when it needs to. Whereas this is never running at 60 items per second, it's running like just every now and then. So as such, this entire half of the belt is now spoiled. But that's fine, we can use that to our advantage because we need more spoilage, ironically. Oh good, this ship has crashed. It's fine, it's about to get to Gleba. I think I did realise that this was a mistake, that I'd sent it too soon. I'd sent it backwards and forwards too soon. That it needs a ammo request as well. That it's not making enough ammo for the frequency that I'm shooting it. But it's okay. It arrived. It'll drop the eggs off, and we'll just pretend that this never happened. Okay. So then the eggs arrive on Gleba. This uses eggs very, very quickly. Even more quickly when I put a speed module down. And the overgrowth soil, we will use that to expand where we can build towers and build more seeds. This system isn't perfect. The only issue, because I'm using a logistics network and putting these into a chest and then putting these into this, sometimes, and especially because I've asked this for 2 rocket loads of eggs, Robots are flying all the way up here to pick up 500 eggs, and then trying to bring them all the way down here to the rocket launch silos, not getting here in time before this one then launches its second lot of 500 eggs, and then going, oh, I need to put these eggs back, and then just sort of like dumping them in the mall, and then the mall is sort of just every now and then hatching a whole bunch of buyers. But as a starter for 10, it's fine, it's good. Automated overgrowth soil is a really, really, really nice thing to have. And we can just leave. Do I have? I don't have mod. I don't have 3s here. Do I? I have 2s on Glebber. Yeah. Automated overgrowth soil is huge. It's quite slow. It only makes 1 tile at a time, but you can prod module it. So we can just leave this running. Where can we put more of this? Everywhere. Look at that. Look at how much of this we can now turn into soil that grows jelly nut. We should be sorted. We do have to be a bit careful of launching even more spores. Like, I don't know if this is actually... This might be pentapods, but I don't think it is. There shouldn't be anywhere on the map that is revealed that has pentapods, unknown pentapods, because expansion is off, because we're in modified railworld settings, but this one is obviously going to happen soon. This one may happen if we expand even more. But it will be a good chance for the defences to be properly tested. We did test them in editor mode, of course. We just threw a bunch of pentapods down and saw what happened, and it was fine. Okay, cool. Good progress today. Finish the rest of the grid off some other time. Good progress today, I thought. Stop flashing at me. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please let me know with a like or a comment, and if you want to see more Factorio Space Age, be sure to subscribe. Sorry, I'm having a stretch. I'm having a big stretch. It's early in the morning. I need to record this video for today. I once again left it to the last minute. Alright, next time, I guess we can just do more cool stuff. We can do more Glebber stuff. Maybe we will go to Aquilo now that we're not rushing Aquilo just for the biter eggs. I would also quite like to get quality going on Fulgora at some point soon, because once we go to Aquilo we can do legendary quality. But if we've got a quality farm set up on Fulgora already, it should just be a simple case of turning the machines on. And with a whole bunch of epic quality stuff already in the bank, we should be good. So that might be a good thing to start doing as well. But we'll see. We will see. Oh, I also want to get Vulcanus done. I want to sort of, because we've only been to Vulcanus once, and this, you know, this is fine, but it could do with tidying up and sorting out, because a lot of metallurgic science will be helpful, because we're going to need to farm various levels of low density structure productivity eventually anyway. Cool. Oh, and artillery shell range and damage. Maybe I'll just use Spidertrons eventually. Clear these with Spidertrons instead. Alright, thanks for watching. Have a good one. Take it easy. See you next time. Bye-bye.